No more speakers. Minister may reply.
Madam, I am indeed thankful to the two honourable members for the interventions. One of them, Honourable Shri Suresh Prabhu, has drawn my attention and the attention of the House to a very important aspect and the historical perspective which gave birth to this legislation. It is absolutely right, and I fully share the perceptions of those members of the August House when they passed the legislation. But 52 years have passed since then, and what we have to really look at is a particular legislation is required to facilitate certain actions. From that perspective, we must really analyze and find out, because we passed this law, did we fulfill the obligation, did we fulfill the objective for which this legislation was passed? That is one. And secondly, we can even look at it the other way around, whether a repeal of this legislation would result into non-fulfillment of objective for which this bill was passed. I think again the answer would be the same, and therefore a repeal of a legislation like this would not result into compromising with the objective for which this bill was primarily passed. What the moot point, madam, is whether this law which was passed has ever been used. And if it has not been used, the recommendation of the commission which was appointed, and as I said, the Honourable House itself felt the other day that those acts, those legislations which have not been used should not be there in the statute books. In conformity with that, I feel that this legislation should be repealed, and it has already been done by the Honourable Rajya Sabha. Madam, I would also like to share the views that are expressed by my colleague and my honourable member, Mr. Nachipan. Madam, it is true that in India today, there is a large generation of molasses as a result of increase in sugarcane production, as well as the crushing of sugarcane. It is also true that there is a tremendous possibility that exists in India today for admixture of alcohol and with molasses and with thing, and then we can make a different type of a fuel to be used by motor vehicles. It is possible. It has been done in Brazil. It has also been done in some other countries, and it is definitely possible that we can also try it in India. In fact, the government is already considering use of such admixture in different forms. The point is whether to do this, whether we need a legislation like this, or we really need to do it through incentives, fiscal and otherwise, and promote an activity like this. What is more important is the sugarcane industry, which was there, and what we have seen in 1948 and now year 2000, a lot of water has flown in the intervening period. The sugarcane industry itself has been delicensed. When we really thought about it, there was a time when every application for set up a new sugar mill used to be approved by the government under the Industrial Development and Regulation Act, but for some time now it is not there. However, we really need to give proper incentive and try to harness this tremendous potential that exists in this sector, for which I fully share with you. But let me assure the House that repeal of the bill will not result into compromising with the objectives which I really mentioned, and I fully agree with that. And in fact, I really congratulate the Honourable Member for drawing my attention to such important aspect and adding a sense or a note of history to the legislation that we are passing now. But I would really strongly feel that repeal of this act will not result into any of the compromising of the principle that you mentioned. Thank you.
The question is that the bill as passed by the Rajya Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favour may please say aye. Aye. Those against may please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion for consideration of the bill is adopted. The House will now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. The question is that clause 2 does stand part of the bill. Those in favour may please say aye. Aye. Those against may please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 stands part of the bill. The question is that clause 1, the enacting formula and long title do stand part of the bill. Those in favour may please say aye. Aye. Those against may please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and long title stand part of the bill. The Minister may move that the bill is passed by the Rajya Sabha be passed.
I rise to move that the Indian Power Alcohol Repeal Bill 2000 be passed.
As passed by the law.
As passed by Rajya Sabha.
Be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor may please say aye.
Aye.
Those against may please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted and the bill as passed by the Rajya Sabha is passed. The next bill, Shri Suresh Prabhu.
Madam, I rise to move that the Chemical Weapon Convention Bill 2000 be taken into consideration. And Madam, this bill, the Indian Chemical Weapon Convention Bill 2000, has already been passed by the Rajya Sabha, and this bill is in fact a part of the implementation process. We had already been signatory to the convention, we had ratified the convention, and now this bill, which is brought before the House, would in fact give effect to the ratification process which has already been initiated in the past. Madam, India has been one of the first countries to have signed the convention along with some other countries, and has been one of the strong supporters of the objective for which this convention has been effected. We have already taken certain steps. India is one of the few countries which has already even made some disclosure which were required, and now we have brought this bill before the House, which will in fact help and enable us to complete our international obligation which we already made to the international community. Thank you.
Shri Manishankar Iyer.
Madam Chairman, I rise to support without reservation